All right, good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Let me just make sure everyone can hear you loud and clear. Good morning, guys. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Let me just move this here. Good morning, guys. Good morning, Zoom guys. Good morning, YouTube guys. Got you awesome. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Let's just have a quick look at the news. Happy Tuesday, guys. Good morning, Matty, Chris, Michael, Marcel. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, guys. YouTube guys, welcome back as well. Good to see some familiar faces back. Stuart, everyone. Alexander, Daniel. Welcome back, everyone. Happy birthday, Aaron. Thank you, man. Merry Christmas to you too. Appreciate you tuning in. Good morning, Aaron. Good morning, man. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Let's I'll just get a quick audio check from Bruno, guys, and then we'll dive in a second. Hope everyone had a good day in the markets yesterday. We had our nice, obviously we had our nice gold buys yesterday, and then it looks like you had a bit of a decent sell-off on gold into the New York session. Let me see. Audio and video good, awesome. Thank you, man. Welcome back, everyone. If any of you guys on YouTube are new here, my name is Aaron, also known as Aaron Trades. Been trading for the past 7 years and mainly focused on gold futures, especially here in the European session. So welcome back, guys. We had a great trade yesterday on stream. Before then, you can kind of see, you know, we had some amazing buys yesterday on gold. But you can see gold didn't really do that much in the London session. So we kind of caught the best of it pretty well. You know, considering you pretty much ranged from 6:30 all the way until the New York session 1 p.m. So we got the best of the London session yesterday. I think Asia had a lot of the fun yesterday. Let me just turn it down a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so Asia had a lot of the fun yesterday, but you know, we still got our absolutely great piece of the pie yesterday in London session, which was very, very nice to take. New background is also good. Thank you, man. Thank you. Back to a new place, man. Back to a new place. Yeah, it's background good. Good little good desk set up here. Good desk set up here at the new place. So we'll look at all markets this morning, guys. We'll have a look at gold. We'll have a look at NQ. See what we get for the London session this morning. Looking a little bit choppy here today. A little bit choppy. Looking a bit bearish today, for Sammy's liking. Sammy likes the bearishness on gold. We miss everyone in the chat misses Sammy's signals actually. Get on, that's making us rich. I got you, man. I got you. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. Just got work here in Chicago. Nice, nice, nice. Storms are crazy out here, really. Don't they say let's say Chicago's like one of the windiest cities. Or did I just make that up? I need to Google that. Is Chicago windy? No, is Chicago a windy city? Is it known as a windy city? No. Chicago is not significantly windier than any other US city. I don't know where I heard that from. It looks like I just made it up. In terms of news this morning, guys, nothing scheduled in this morning. We do have FOMC just meeting minutes tomorrow. We have PMI on Thursday, and then we got the Fed speaking on Friday. So not too much on the calendar today. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought. Google's lying to me. Google said it's not significantly windier than any other city. I thought it was known for being a windy city, so yeah, that's what I thought. Bully stick enough. I like that. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's literally called. Yeah, that's what I thought. So yeah, let's have a look at gold here, guys. We got London Open in about 22 minutes. Anyone who wasn't here yesterday, be sure to watch yesterday's stream. because it was a very, very valuable live stream. We took this trade yesterday, and it was very, very nice. I'm going to go back to normal gold. I didn't trade for the rest of the day as well, guys. We took our London. We took about 60 ticks, and that's pretty much me for the day. Didn't really need to trade or overtrade or give anything back. So if you guys did overtrade and give it back, let that be the lesson. This is why less is more in trading. Let me just turn this up a little bit. You don't need to be... I might bring this over here. Why does it look like my... You don't need to be... you don't need to be taking multiple positions multiple times every single day. You need quality over quantity. And yesterday, we had a quality trade. So there was no need to add to the quantity. There was no need to take more trades yesterday. We had a very, very nice trade. And that's the trade for the day. If you sit around and watch it all day, yeah, some days you might make a little bit more. But that's not what trading's about. Most days you'll probably end up giving it back, especially when gold gets caught in some pretty big ranges. Yesterday was a great exit. Yeah, it was a great exit, man. It kind of did what we said it would. Where that's when we said, you remember we said when we were talking about this yesterday, when you said you would have added, and that's why we say we don't add on gold. Because if you added here on gold, you would have got wiped right back out. And that's why I don't like adding into... I don't like adding into winning trades on gold. Same as if I was short from here to here on gold. If I add down here, it's always going to pull back in range before then have the next move. So I'd rather have my entry, have my exit, and be done with the position. So yeah, amazing trade yesterday, but today's a new day. So we will see what we get here today. Let me just get this one up here. Yeah, 100% it would have. Yeah, that's why honestly it doesn't work on gold. It might work on other instruments that trend very well in the London session, but typically gold is moving from one range to another. Other than times when you get like this big move here in Asia, but London is typically doing like creating a big range, and we're just playing from the highs to the lows, and we're trying to establish what's our range for the day. So if you're in a ranging market, don't try and hold a trending position. If you're in a trending market, then sure, you might want to hold a trending position. What we were trading in yesterday was not a trending move. Look at this. You had lots of resistance. You had 3,400. So yeah, we played that very, very, very well. So do some top down here on gold, guys. Let's do some top down. Let me just get my currency chart up here. You guys on YouTube, can you hear the background music or is it too quiet? Let me see. I think it might be a bit too quiet. There we go. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the currency chart. Yeah. So 4 hour on the currency chart, kind of holding some support. Now, daily chart on gold yesterday, guys. Daily was pretty tough yesterday on gold. You didn't really break out of that much. Now, what's at least nice here is the fact that we've seen this huge liquidity wick bounce off 3,500. Beautiful sell-off. Little bit of a pullback, and we are still technically breaking lower. Although yesterday didn't really close below this, intraday support that we've been forming here. What I do like about yesterday's candle is the fact that we did come up. We did liquidate previous daily highs, and we did still close bearish. It's not the most bearish candle in the world, of course. But we did still grab highs, and we did still close bearish. So, to me, I think as long as we can respect yesterday's high, I would say we're more likely today. This is all we're trying to do, trade in terms of probabilities. I would say we're much more probable that we're going to come for the daily lows as opposed to daily highs. I would be very surprised to see today come all the way back up to these highs. Now, I could be completely wrong. That's completely fine. But in terms of probabilities, we've liquidated daily highs. We've been pushing down since previous weeks. We grabbed highs here, closed bearish. Grabbed highs, closed bearish. I would say daily lows make the most sense. I wouldn't really want to be buying here today. Although the daily is pretty hard to read right now, it's very important. And on the days, like yesterday was ended up being once you tag daily highs and you start to reject, where's the next target? Easy target, daily lows. Why? Because you've got 2 equal lows. You've got some nice Man, now the music's gone a bit... The music's gone a bit too loud. Let me turn it down a little bit. You know, once you start grabbing daily highs, where's your next target? We got 2 equal day lows, easy targets. And that's when I find I day trade the best, is when I have clear daily targets. And if my daily isn't as clear, yeah, it doesn't mean we can't trade. Just maybe means me to be more reactive, or maybe be a little bit more aggressive with the management. You know, when this daily's closing bearish, you know, you're short in this day to come down and, you know, tag some lows and you get a great short, even though it didn't close short. You still got a great short following that momentum of, you know, 145 plus ticks. So, a little bit of a doji close yesterday. I do like yesterday's low, so let's keep an eye on that. That's that Asia low from yesterday as well here. There's that low from yesterday. There was the daily highs that we tagged yesterday. Tagged daily highs, broke out. Yeah, tough support, I agree. It is kind of... that's my only kind of concern right now is, you know, we are higher time frame. You got big resistance being formed here. Big intraday resistance. You also have big 4-hour support being formed right here. So this is very likely, like I said at the start of the stream, you know, we're just trying to understand which... We're playing range to range. So this is very likely our range today. How big is this? 57 ticks. Music's too loud. Yeah, sorry, let me see if I can turn it down. I don't know why I just all of a sudden went loud again. Let me see. This should be better. This should be good. Hopefully that's good. Hopefully that's good. So yeah, this is our current 4-hour range. What I do like here on gold is the fact that we did tag previous 4-hour highs and hold the resistance. So we're looking for the shorts. We're holding resistance. So let's see if we can get a bit of a breakout here. Obviously, we've got London open in 14 minutes as well, guys. Look at this. This is there's actually some pretty decent rejections here. You just came up. You're holding this resistance. We're looking for sells. You just came up. You tagged the previous hourly highs. Look at this. Very minor, but very important. You came up, tagged the previous Asia highs, and now you're starting to break out. So actually shorting this current hour, if I was quick enough to jump on, would have actually been nice, risking off that high, trying to play down to lows. Now, we're not short just yet. That's fine. I don't think we're going to have a crazy move. But if we can start to get a bit of a breakout here, I do like the shorts. I do like the shorts. I'm not a huge fan of the range. But again, let's trade what we see and see if we can get some... See if we get the volume. Let's see. Where are we? Where's the music? Not tag the currency? Did it not tag the currency? Oh, interesting. Let me have a look, Paul. Good spot if it didn't, man. No, it didn't actually. That's right. I don't think it needs to be honest. You did have a pretty decent liquidity grab at 6 AM, closed bearish. So you're trying to see if you can get that pullback. But you are coming right into support, to be honest. I don't think we need to come back up for that high. I wouldn't really be looking at this as a liquidity high. The reason I marked on is because it did get grabbed and I noticed it, but this is your liquidity grab of these highs, and that should be enough for us to push down. You know, for example, like you would be, once this grab hasn't closed bearish, you know, you'd be short in here, risking off that high. Seeing if you can get the play. So yeah, let's see how this see how it's going to break out here on gold, guys. It does look very, very choppy in here. So we probably want to see a little bit of a decent closure here at this hourly close. I think our best bet is waiting for this London Open here, seeing how this hourly is going to close. Because you know, although we do have support here, we can't ignore we do have support right here as well. Look at this, big wicks, wick, nice fake out, loads of support. Brogue, resistance, lots of manipulation, support. So this is a very, very tough range from here to here, which is, you know, 30 ticks. I don't really want to get caught up in a 30 tick range. Yeah, right, good spot. Aaron, do you feel that ES will continue its downtrend or reverse? Well, I never really think something's going to reverse. We kind of just want to be trading whatever's right in front of you. Don't think too much. Just trade what you see. If we're pushing down, we're pushing down. If we're pushing up, we're pushing up. To me, it looks like you had a pretty decent range play. Just came down, grabbed the lows, tagged the highs, bit of a pullback. We got time on gold, so let's have a look. Let's have a look. We can have a look at ES. Going back down some pretty decent support, creating a bit of a daily range. You know, you got kind of similar to gold. It's starting to create a little bit of chop. But if you're, what's interesting is you have just come down and tagged into previous daily lows, which is nice. So you got yesterday's low that's just been hit. You got big previous resistance level. Let me see, previous 4 hour did close bearish. Look at this. You did close bearish. Look at this, tagged loads of highs. Closed bearish in Asia. Continue selling off. Nice sell off in Asia. Lower time frame. So you're coming into some big support. But again, if you're thinking about, oh, I think we might reverse, or I think we're going to do this. I think this is where everyone goes wrong in trading, because they're always too focused on thinking what's going to happen as opposed to trading what's right in front of them. If we break out of this range, then cool, go long. React to the markets breaking out. Don't think too much. We're not paid to think. We're paid to react to whatever the markets are showing us. Like right now, there's no reason for me to think this is going to reverse. If we close nice and bullish above this, great. Then that could be my indication that the markets are closing bullish for breaking above this range. Now, okay, now I'm going to go long. Because the markets have showed me their cards and now I can react. Yeah, exactly, Matt. Yep. If you have to... we spoke about this on the trading retreat quite a lot. And it's about if then. If price does this, then I'll do that. Not, I think price is going to do this. And then you end up just trading what you think, not what you see. It doesn't matter what we think. The markets don't care about what we think. So regardless of if you think ES is going to go up or down, trade what you see. Right now, I think ES is in a little bit of range. You've had a great push down here in Asia. Now you're kind of stuck between some big resistance here and some big support here. So being personally, I would wait for a breakout. Let the market show me which way it wants to go, and then take my trade. And by the time you wait for this bullish closure and this breakout, that's where most people go, oh, damn, I missed the move. I should have been in from here, or I should have done this. Like, no, that's what you want to see. You want to see the markets breaking out, and then you take your trade. The markets grab highs, break out, and then you take your trade. And then you're trading a more confirmed move as opposed to always trying to trade what you think. Everyone's always, Everyone's always obsessed with what might happen, or I think this is going to happen. It's like, who cares what we think? If I think gold's going to go down today, but gold's breaking up, I'm not going to short it. Trade whatever is right in front of you. So we'll wait for gold to have a little bit of a breakout. I'm watching gold hit. Yes, it does look a little bit choppy. We'll have a look at NQ as well. Gold hourly's trying to wick back above. I don't really want to see this hourly close bullish. Aaron, where can I see the currency chart? You can just see on Trading View. If you just have another Trading View screen open, you can see it there as well. Do you? Oh, what have I done? I've broken it. There we go. I have both open. Would you short if the 4 hour closed bullish? Would you short if the 4 hour closed bullish? I don't. You mean would I short this 4 hour? It depends on how bullish you've closed. Like when you grab lows and close this bullish, then absolutely not. But this kind of 4 hour didn't. I mean, it did close bullish, but not really. You still tagged highs and held the resistance. So yeah, I could short against this candle. It's not the most bullish candle ever. When it closes something like this, then absolutely not. But when you're kind of holding support, holding resistance, and ideally I want to get short. So yeah, it's not that big of a bullish candle that I can't short, because you can still get a pullback here. Depends on how bullish it is. Depends on how bullish it is, and if it's following by bias or where is it tapping into. If it's closing bullish but it's breaking out, then yeah, you don't want to short it. But the fact that it closed bullish, but you didn't really close above anything, then yeah, I can still short that. I can still short. I wouldn't want to see this current 4-hour close bullish though. If this 4-hour closes bullish and re-breaks these highs, then I definitely wouldn't short. We got 6 minutes till London Open here, guys. Let's see, 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Let me see. Yeah, do you guys trade Asia today? Anyone trade Asia? Looks like. What do you do here in Asia today? It looks like it's pretty choppy as well. He had a nice liquidity grab here again. Look at this. Came down, grabbed lows, closed bullish, put all the way back, then back higher, and then up, down, up. Yeah, looked pretty choppy. But that's probably because the daily candle was, pretty choppy. And look at the 4-hour. I wouldn't be buying Asia because you're right at resistance unless you're buying from somewhere down here. I don't think there was really any opportunities to take anything today in Asia. Not when you're kind of right at the support, right at the resistance. Or this candle here, although this candle here grabbed lows and closed bullish, you came right back into resistance. And that was kind of more towards the end of Asia. But it looked very, very, very choppy. So this is why you want to be careful in these ranges. Yeah, very choppy. Yeah, it looked very, very choppy. That's what happens when the daily can close like it does. That's why I said to you guys, our easiest trading days, you guys on Zoom know this, our easiest trading days are when our daily closes nicely and confirms some sort of direction. But when this daily pretty much just closes doji, that means we're just ranging. So if the daily's ranging, the lower time frame is going to be ranging even more. Yeah, yesterday in Asia, it was beautiful. Amazing run up in Asia yesterday. But a bit of a choppy one here today. But it happens, it's not going to be trending and ripping up and down every day. Asia yesterday, tagged lows, broke out and just had a phenomenal, 300 tick move, which was absolutely huge. Very choppy, yeah, very, very choppy. Hourly evening star was valid 3 hours ago. This one, shorting this 5 a.m. candle. Yeah, definitely. But the second you hold this support, you'll be closing that trade straight away. Definitely. You tagged previous highs. You closed doji. You could short, the flip or whatever. Risking off this high here. But as soon as you start coming back into this breakout level and rejecting, you'd be managing straight away. You'd take at least a break even there. Especially if you were short the flip, you would have hit lows of 30 ticks. As soon as this starts to reject, this is your strong support, strong resistance. You want to be managing. So would I short it? Yes, absolutely. But you'd also want to be open to managing it pretty aggressively. Because if we just clear, look, and this is why gold's a little bit tough here today, guys. And this is why I think we're going to look at some other markets. Is although you do have resistance here, let's just look at this. You've got nice big resistance here. Let me see. So they do have big resistance here. You've also got support right here. And then below that, your next support is right here. And then below that, then your next support is right here. So anywhere in here, it's very tough. Why is it going to range? Well, you got look at you're trapped. You got resistance here. You got support here. You need price to break out. So ideally, this Audi breaks out, and then we can actually get short. But you can see how resistance, support. It's not going to be an easy range trade on gold. So if you really want to, you could say, okay, cool. I mean, I'm going to try and take a trade before this. I'm happy to take some risk, but if you got resistance here and you got support here, rather than trying to trade in here, not only are you going to lose loads of money, you're also going to mentally blow up. Why not just say, let me just wait for a closure above or below? If we break out, I'll go long. If we break short below, I'll go short. It's super simple. And then you set your alerts above and below, and you go about your business. You go about your day. You know, if you guys got busy work or family life, etc., you know, sit and watch the markets when it makes sense. If we're stuck in a 30 tick range, just set your alerts. You're not going to miss anything. Nothing's really going to happen. Like I said at the start, it's quality over quantity. What is the likelihood that as long as we close within this range, you're going to get a quality setup? That's what we're here to do. We're here to think in terms of probabilities. The probability is we're going to get absolutely nothing here. Or if you do get some volume, manage aggressively, because you are still in a range. You know, like when this grabbed the highs and closed bearish hold and resistance, you could have absolutely shorted here. But again, if you short here, manage resistance, because you're keeping the back of mind, we are still in a range. Nah, just set alerts, don't know, above some highs or lows, wherever you think's worthwhile. If you set it at the support and resistance, it's going to go off every time it tags the support and resistance. You'd want to set it quite a bit above. You'd want to set the alert wherever you want price to break out. If it breaks out like this, I don't want to set the alert there. I want to see it break out with a good volume. So you might set it above here or somewhere down below here, but not at the support and resistance levels. I don't want to be notified every time it hits the support and resistance. I think you can actually set. I'm pretty sure you can actually set alerts on candle closures. Like if it can you do that if it closes below? I think you can. I've never done it, but I would just I just set the alert just wherever I would want to see price break out. Can you check the euro? Yeah, definitely. We can have a look at the euro. We've got 7 seconds here till this hourly's going to close here, guys. Yeah, some sort of structure. Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah. So hourly just closed very doji there on gold, guys. What's interesting is the currency hasn't actually tagged the 5 a.m. lows. So I think you might still see gold squeeze a little bit lower. These lows haven't been grabbed on the currency chart. I know it has been on the futures here, but it hasn't on the currency, so it's still a double bottom there. It's a very, very indecisive candle, though. So we do have a nice downside liquidity target. If I'm going to get short here on gold, I'm going to wait for it to have some sort of liquidity grab. It doesn't have to grab these highs, but if it can, I will have a much better risk to reward than trying to short from here. If I try and short from here, my stops are way too big and my downside risk is pretty 50-50, so I don't really want to take a 1-to-1 here. So if we can come up and tag these highs, I'll consider a short down into these lows and back down into the bottom of this range. But right now, hourly close wasn't the best. So yeah, we can absolutely have a look at some other markets. Let's have a look at NQ. I don't think we looked at NQ properly. Use my practice account and limit orders as my alerts. Nice. Yeah, I used to use more limit orders, but more so for swing trading. So what did we do here in NQ yesterday? Came down, tagged these lows here. This was our liquidity levels from yesterday. Came down, grabbed the lows beautifully. Looked like NQ was very, very choppy yesterday as well, guys. Look at this. This is the hourly chart here. Look at this price action. This is where's New York open? So here from one. Bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. Very, 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 very choppy session. Again, this is why a high time frame has to make sense. If you don't wait for high time frame confirmation and you try and trade the 5 minute in this range, good luck. Because it gets very, very, very tough. Look at this price action. So if I see the hourly, closing doji or bullish and bearish a lot, I'll just wait. There's no need for me to drop down and try and search for something that isn't already presenting itself in the higher time frame. Whereas most people see, the hourly kind of chopping around like this, coming to New York Open, and then to drop down straight to the 5 minute and then try and trade. Then they go back and look at the hourly time frame and they go, what on earth was I trying to do trading something like this? It's not every day you get ranges like this, but it absolutely happens. And that's the biggest part of trading, is knowing when to trade and when not to trade. For me, the biggest time as to when not to trade is when you're creating price action like that. It's very, very mentally draining. And you'll also just, chop yourself up all day just because you want to be in a trade. No, that's not how professional trading works. Now, daily closure here on NQ. Looks like you're trying to hold a sort of morning star play. You know, you came down, tagged lows, held support. So it looks like this is a potential... what just happened? The light's gone. Apologies, guys. Hopefully the light's still fine. The battery on this pop-up light I've got is terrible. So you are at a potential bounce level here at NQ. You did just have a nice hourly fake out here as well, guys. Look at this. Very nice hourly fake out. Now, again, if you normally trade gold, don't start trading NQ just because gold's not giving anything. That doesn't make any sense. But that's a pretty decent hourly fake out. Look at this. You grabbed highs, closed below, closed right back above. So that's a pretty decent hourly fake out there at NQ. Now, again, my only concern, and I know it's not what you guys maybe want to hear, but my only concern is you are buying right back up into resistance. You know, if you're buying this current hourly fake out, you know, your stops are going somewhere here. Well, where's your targets? You know, there's not, you know, you can draw imaginary risks to rewards that are unrealistic, but realistically, you're going to have to be managing a trade right at these highs here. So you're just about squeezing a 1-to-1 for like 16 points. Is it worth it? I'm not too sure. But that is a pretty decent hourly fake out. And again, you know, look what happened in this range yesterday. Look at the price action that you have to deal with. It was very, 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 very tough. So I would say, yeah, you'd probably want to see NQ have a little bit of a breakout. Maybe on a combine trade, I would give this hourly fake out a shot just to see how it goes, see if it can break the resistance. It's not a trade I would take on my XFA, that's for sure. I'll be very, very careful getting caught in this range. Yeah, let's have a look at the euro. Someone mentioned the euro. We can have a look at other markets as well, guys. You know, it doesn't have to just be gold or NQ. Feel free to send over other markets. Yeah, gold's having a little bit of a pullback here already. 30 minutes trying to form some sort of morning star. Daily time frame on the euro. Where's our analysis gone from last week? Where are we? Wow, look at the daily time frame here in the euro as well, guys. Look at this. So, let's have a quick look at the weekly. I do believe we have some weekly highs to tag. So yeah, this decent breakout, closing nice and bullish. Looks like this weekly's creating a bit of a bottom weight to go higher. Look at this daily chart here, guys. This is bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish. Very, 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 very choppy. Looks like we're waiting for some big news. Same as what we said in the euro last time. What does the euro love to do? Loves to come up, tag the highs before having the push. So what could we potentially do? Potentially you could come down and tag the lows. As long as they haven't been grabbed on the currency chart, the potential for price to come down. But however, right now, the euro is holding this support and breaking bullish. So I wouldn't be shorting it just yet. That's a decent hourly grab there. Look at that. Came down, grabbed lows, closed nice and bullish. So it's a pretty decent breakout there on the euro. Probably the nicest breakout that we have looked at so far. That's a very, very, very nice push. Gold coming up to the 30-minute highs there, guys. Kind of holding a double bottom, holding support as well. Make them up for them highs again. So if you can get a little bit of a pullback on the euro, euro longs look good. It's kind of broken out here and just opened and just pushed. So you wouldn't want to be chasing anything from up here. And I also wouldn't want to be shorting the euro just yet. The only way I'd short the euro is if this was one big wick and you got like a massive fake out. But again, don't worry about that. Let's worry about what's right in front of us. And what's right in front of us is if we grab lows and broken out. So pull back, and I'd rather continue buying the euro. Maybe back up into 171-ish. Gold having a nice little push here, guys. Let me see. Again, though, don't see us go, damn, I should have jumped in longs. Before you know it, you know, this could easily just wick all the way back down. We want to see price actually break out before we can trade. If we get like, you know, maybe a 30-minute or a 15-minute fake out, breakout, great, then we can trade. But don't chase it. Let it close and let the markets come to us. The Russell, yeah, we're going to have a look at the Russell. Have a look at the Russell in a while. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Weekly time frame on the Russell. We're trying to break out on the Russell. You know, we did have a pretty decent breakout here towards the end of June. Pulled back, held the breakout level, and had a very nice squeeze higher. So I do believe you're just going to see the Russell continue pushing back up into that 2370 level. That's your next decent resistance level. Although you did get a rejection here, you know, just because you had a daily rejection doesn't mean you start going short. Gold have a nice squeeze here, guys. See if we can break out the first 15-minute on the session here. Daily time frame, decent breakout as well. Grab lows, held support, closed bullish yesterday. So yeah, I'd be looking to long the Russell. You just came down, tagged the lows. So yeah, I'd be looking for some buying opportunities here. You got some nice highs from yesterday back up here on the Russell as well. You got some nice daily highs. So I would be seeing it again. I wouldn't trade it in the London session, but I would be seeing if Russell could have a breakout and keep going long. I wouldn't really want to be shorting at this daily support and daily breakout level. So if I had to give a bias on the Russell, to me, longs look good. How do you filter false breakouts from true breakouts in live markets? Depends on your strategy, but for me, fake outs on gold is one of my favorite strategies. Depends on what market you're trading, but if we're relating it to gold, fake out plays are some of my favorite plays. But again, it's not your job to predict fake outs. It's your job to react to fake outs. If price breaks below support, then breaks right back above, then cool, I go long. I don't really trade just breakouts for the sake of taking a breakout. I don't think that's really how trading breakouts works. You trade a breakout because you have, you know, confluences that price needs to come up somewhere else, for example. If you try and trade every single market breakout, support and resistance, you're going to have a tough time because you're going to get caught in the fake outs. The only way I'll trade breakouts on gold is if I have clear liquidity targets. For instance, yesterday I had price coming up to pull back into these highs, grab some of these levels. I was happy to take the bullish bias, bullish breakout because it had a bullish daily bias and I had some decent targets. But fake outs, yeah, fake outs can be some of the best plays on gold. I kind of had one here yesterday above 3,400. You broke above, you broke right back below, you react to a close and below, then you can go short. But there'll be times where price might have a fake out, then it recloses back above, and that just happens. We're not here to be perfect. But if gold's going to have a true move up or down, gold's never just going to bounce off support once and just push. Gold's going to come down, tag the lows, and then re-break out. And that liquidity wick on a higher time frame is what could be a lower time frame fake out. So for instance here, this is massive 4-hour support. Well, if this is 4-hour support, on the lower time frame, this might be a fake out. So when the 4-hour is at the support, and everyone jumps down to the hourly time frame, and they go, oh wow, price just closed below here. Now I'm going to go short. Without keeping in the back of your mind, no, this is 4-hour support. You don't want to short an hourly breakout if the 4-hour hasn't closed below support. If anything, you want to be looking for fake out buys. If I'm at 4-hour support and I see an hourly close bearish, I want to see the next hourly grab lows and close bullish and then take my fake out play off price holding that higher time frame support. Exactly the same thing as if you're at, you're at massive daily support, which it kind of is here as well. Massive daily support is going to give you lower time frame fake outs. But why would you not, short daily support on an hourly breakout? Oh, sorry, why would you not short an hourly breakout at daily support? Well, because it's daily support. You have to understand what the higher time frame is doing. Most people get caught up in fake outs and false breakouts because they're not understanding the higher time frame. Your job, like I say, I don't really trade breakouts, but if I'm going to trade breakouts, it's price breaking out in higher time frame with my in confluence with my higher time frame. Do you still get caught up in fake outs? Like, of course, it's still going to happen. But if you can react to the fake outs and you can spot them quite quickly, then you can kind of reduce your risk pretty well. Gold having a decent squeeze here, guys. We've got 3 minutes till the first 15 closure here. No reason to get FOMO here. If you've got FOMO here, again, you're trying to predict. You're not trying to react. You're not thinking what works consistently. You're thinking about the now. Grabbed highs bearish. Grab lows doji. Your job isn't to predict that. It was 2 fake outs today. Even if 20 ticks. Great little trades. Yeah, nice. Definitely, man. Definitely. It's good. Yeah, a few decent fake outs today, yeah. Even here, once this grab lows here and close bullish, that's a pretty decent breakout. You know, you could have bought this candle. You'd be managing into these highs. We would have hit highs of like 37. May have got the break even, but it was still a good fake out. Good for oil. Yep, definitely we can have a look at oil. Let me just see this first 15-minute closure of Goldie here, to be honest, even if it does break out. Personally, guys, I'm not going to buy this. Let's have a look at oil. Let's have a look. So what have we done here in oil? So oil came back down into 61.50, which is nice. You know, we've been talking about these oil shorts for the past like 2 weeks or so. I don't trade oil personally, but we've been calling these shorts pretty well on oil. Let me turn my brightness up here. So we've got 61.50 down there being held. Let's get rid of all these levels here. Let's get rid of these. These are our liquidity levels from last week. They got hit beautifully. I don't know if you guys can hear, it's very noisy. So, higher time frame, you're back down at massive, massive support. 61.50 to 61 is some... Humans probably, let's just take it to 61. Take it to 61. So, you're right back down at some major, major, major support. And, where's the background music on? I like some background music. Sorry, Nicole Jim. Is that your alert? I guess so. Yeah, look at this wick rejection here on gold, guys. Just wait for the candle closure. Don't chase gold. You try and chase gold, you get wicked right back out. You're still in a range. You haven't closed above or below yet. Yeah, oil back down at major, major support. Yesterday, you kind of tagged previous day lows holding support. Oil longs up into previous daily highs. To me, look nice. So you got nice liquidity targets up here. You had a decent 4-hour daily push yesterday. Bit of a trend line coming here as well. Oil, you know, does love to respect the same thing as gold. If you have these trend lines coming down, this is usually a trap to bring in a lot of sellers. What's interesting here in oil right now, though, for the London session, is you did just tag highs and re-break the lows. So that could be a liquidity grab for a bit of a pullback. Where could you pull back into? Maybe back down into 62s. Anything below that, I wouldn't really be shorting here personally. I'd be looking to see if you can break out and get long. So again, this is me just talking about everything that I just explained. Why would I not break out short here? Because I don't like downside here. I like price to come up and liquidate this trend line. Therefore, I would be waiting for breakout buys above here. And if this closes bullish, it'll be a fake out and then I'll go long. Hey bro, sorry I had the headphones for you and Horsey. You're a good man, all good. Yeah, to your question earlier. Caught a good shot, short on Goldie this morning. Nice. 50 ticks in Asia on a 15 flip. Went 73 ticks, but I pulled at that resistance. Yeah, amazing, man. Good job. 50 ticks in Asia is amazing, man. 50 ticks in Asia is a great, great, great trade. Especially with the range we were in. Yeah, you know, you might see 70 if you only take 50. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. You took the majority of the trade, which is fantastic. All right, we just had that 50-minute closure there on gold, guys. Let's have a look. Oh, nice. You got the chart. Let's have a look, man. Let's have a look. 15-minute closure. Let's see. Did we break out? Did we not break out? Nah, still big rejections here on gold, guys. Look at this. I'm a little bit skeptical trading gold in this range, guys. I'm not going to force this range here. You're kind of holding, you know, just kind of like I say, you're going from you're just going from one range to the next, and these ranges are very, very small when you actually zoom out here. You know, zoom out for a second. Don't get too zoned into the 5-minute or, you know, the 1 minute. Not that I trade the 1 minute, but you know, zoom out. If we break out here in the hourly, great. You know, maybe towards 9 to 10 a.m. you might have much easier buys, but I want to see price actually break out. And the thing is, even if we do break out here on gold, you know, you got resistance here. Look at this. Big resistance, big support. Broke below, above, nice fake outs. Again, big fake outs, big resistance. Yeah, lots of chop, man, lots of chop. Oh, nice. Let me see your chart, man. Oh, once you tag the highs, yeah, great short, man. Beautiful short. So you got a short around here. Nice. Came up, tagged the highs, held resistance. Yeah, lovely push down, man. Great, great, great short. Really, really good short. I like that trade, man. I like that trade. Don't know why it looks bullish to me. Yeah, it's okay. That's all right. You know, it's good to see. It's good to see different perspectives. I can kind of see gold from both ways right now, to be honest. You know, the only thing I'm thinking about is this 4-hour range is just very, very, very choppy. But you know, like I say, guys, I'm not. You know, I'm not. I don't know where the markets are going to go. Like I say, we just simply react. All I'm kind of saying is, and then sometimes that's why it maybe helps. Like maybe if you guys even want to come on here and you want to go 4-hour resistance and, you know, put it in the center and put it on the top if you really want to. So look at this. This is a huge 4-hour level. Look at this. Huge support. Massive, massive 4-hour resistance. So at least when you drop down to lower time frame, you're like, oh, okay. Why would I not want to take a 15-minute breakout here? Well, I wouldn't want to take a 15, if anything, a 15-minute fake out from here would be nice because it's 4-hour resistance. So if you want to put it on and it might, you know, help you guys for now, you know, put it on, mark on. Say, write 4-hour resistance, come in here and you might want to write 4-hour support. So again, that's kind of what I was saying. I don't do this, but just so you guys can see it. This is kind of what I was saying earlier. If this is 4-hour resistance, this is actually a great level not to take lower time frame breakouts, but to look for lower time frame fakeouts, and that would actually give a great trade. If I saw price close like this, nice and bullish, and then I wouldn't take that breakout because it's 4-hour resistance. So long as the 4-hour hasn't closed above, I wouldn't be taking that breakout. However, if the next hourly then does something like this, then that's where I go, oh, amazing. This is my hourly time frame here. So this might be my hourly here. Let's make this a little bit bigger. So I might get an hourly closure above, and then the next hour might close back below. And then the 4-hour will look something like this. Well, I'll get this beautiful 4-hour rejection, and then price will just end up holding the resistance. That's not the best of candles, is it? That's not a bad candle. And then that'll be the 4-hour. Let's see like this. If that makes sense. Does that make sense, or does that make it more confusing? I'm not sure. Confusing. As long as the same 4-hour, candle is open, taking an hourly breakout like here. If you took this, let's say this is the hourly, you took that hourly closure below, and then price closes right back above. You know, trying to short an hourly breakout or buy an hourly breakout at 4-hour level of resist when the same 4-hour candle is still open. You're going to get chopped up. That's why the guy who asked the question earlier, you know, when to take the lower time frame breakouts is when your higher time frame has confirmed something. So if this is 4-hour resistance, trying to take a 15-minute breakout, 4-hour resistance makes no sense. So if anything, this is a great level to look for lower time frame fakeouts. You have a downside daily bearish bias to come into yesterday's lows. You got 4-hour resistance. Could give you a good short, potentially. What's going on in the chat? What's going on? Who's blown up their account? We need you, Bruno. It's all kicking off. Type how you want to type, man. You're all good. You know, before you go on any chart, and you know you look at the 4-hour like this. You know, before this was a huge rejection. I guarantee this was an hourly breakout. There you go. Look, see, look this. Yeah, he's only using caps. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, he's allowed to use caps. You're allowed to use caps, man. You can use caps. You know, I might start using caps as well. Here, look. Why would you not short this hourly breakout? Well, it's 4-hour support. It's 4-hour and daily support. I've got some calls this afternoon, but I'll try and get back to it this evening, man. Definitely. I did see your best, man. Yeah, I'll get back to it probably this afternoon, man, for sure. So this is what I'm kind of saying is the possibility right now on gold. See this? Exactly what happened yesterday. If you tried to short that hourly breakout yesterday on gold, then you're not understanding what the higher time frame is doing. If anything, if I see price close below 4 hours support, and then I see something like this, then I'm like, oh, amazing! This is going to be a great 4 hour wick rejection. This is exactly what I'm talking about right now. It's the reason I'm not buying gold right now. Yeah, literally, yeah, 100% Chris, yeah. So the reason I'm not buying this breakout on gold right now, guys, is because we're at 4 hour level. So I'm looking for something like this, and I think this could be a great opportunity. But again, this is just to explain. This is very important here, guys. Don't just look at this and go, oh yeah, whatever. Give me another trade. It's very, very, very important to understand day trading. Always understand and keep in the back of your mind what is your higher time frame telling you, so you know what to do on the lower time frame. Whereas if you just jump down to lower time frame and you try and pick trade direction, you're going to struggle, especially for trading gold. This is specifically for trading gold. I'm not sure about other markets, but this is just how I trade gold. I assume it's the exact same. So if you see this hourly breakout, why would you not short this hourly breakout? Well, because you're shorting 4 hour and daily support. Why would you short 4 hour and daily support right at the lows of the support? Doesn't make any sense. If you want to short today, then you want to be shorting the resistance. So with where gold is right now, amazing. We could see something like this. This could give us a good opportunity. Identifies caps. So if we can see some fake outs from here, that'd be lovely. 15 kind of just chopping around here on gold, guys. I'm going to get rid of this beautiful drawing. We'll get rid of this work of art here, guys. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this, this, and this. I'm going to get rid of these as well, guys. But remember, keep them back in mind. We're at 4 hour support. 4 hour resistance right now. So we want to be looking for shorts. Now, it doesn't also mean, well, just short it then, because it's 4 hour resistance. No, we need to see some sort of confirmation. You short gold right now just for the sake of trying to short just because it's 4 hour resistance. You'll very likely have a fake out first. So all I'm saying is don't get trapped in the breakouts if you don't have targets and if the higher time frame hasn't actually broken out yet. Like I say, you want to be looking for quality over quantity. Now let's have a look at. I'm typing on the wrong screen. Did NQ that hourly end up continue pushing? Yeah, not really. So if you did take this hourly fake out here, me personally, I'd be getting ready to close because you're not really breaking out. You're not really doing too much. Let's have a look at copper, guys. Is copper woken up yet? Not really. Again, copper's still very, very, very tough. No surprise, you're still absolutely chopping. So unfortunately for any guys who do trade copper. Yeah, go short for confirmation, guarantee it'll keep pushing. Yeah, 100%, man. That's what gold loves to do. Gold loves to give them fake rejections, then it keeps pushing. Let's have a look at the euro. Did the euro continue following through? Nah, euro needs a little bit of a pullback here. If the euro 30-minute can come down, you know, wick down into previous 30-minute lows and hold the support, that wouldn't be a potential bad play. Looking for the euro to come back up into this resistance up here as well. Let's have a look at the pound. Imagine pound's pretty similar. Oh, look at this, guys. Look at this. I don't remember when we shared this. Look at this, how he came down beautifully, tagged the lows. Instant reaction. The thing about the pound is, the pound's kind of already tagged the highs as well. And if we were to look at this from a higher time frame perspective, you know, we'd probably be looking for a daily pullback and a swing trade. Swing short into this sort of left shoulder head, right shoulder region. Let me... gold's still trying to squeeze here, guys. Not really doing too much. So yeah, pound came up, tagged the highs, broke lower. I'd like to short the pound personally. Where would I want to short the pound? You might get a little bit of a squeeze higher first, and then I would be overall looking for some swing shorts on the pound to come back down into that higher time frame head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. Sorry. So how high you push, who knows? But if you can close back below this level, that could give you a great fake out sell. You know, you grab the highs, closed above, you break back below and break this range, you could look for a nice short on the pound. But a big short like that is probably going to take until you get some major news, which is not coming until Wednesday. Not coming until Wednesday. So today, you know, today might squeeze up a little bit more, or today might close a little bit doji. Then tomorrow you may get that decent squeeze. Gold kind of just chopping up here a little bit, guys. You got time. Don't force anything. You got time here on gold. Like I said to you guys, quality over quantity. Where are we at? Where's gold at? Where's the gold at? 15. Kind of also doing another pattern that gold loves to do, sort of reversal sign. 1, 2, 3, fourth drive into high. Like I say, I'm personally, I'm more than happy to be wrong. I'm personally not buying gold. Personally, I'm not saying to you guys don't do this, don't do that. I'm just saying, me personally, I'm not buying gold. Why am I not buying gold? Because you're buying into the 4-hour resistance. If I'm buying gold, it was, you know, back down at 4-hour support if there was a reason. I wouldn't be buying here. Right, how do I put back in timeout? Well, there's a lot here to say about the candlestick confirmation, guys. Is very, very key. Short NQ. Let's see. Well, NQ on the daily is at a very big breakout level, potential morning star play shaping up here. You know, yesterday came down, tagged the lows, had a beautiful rejection, and today's opening and coming down for a nice bottom wick. So if you do short, you are shorting support. If I would maybe short, if you can close back below this support, you could short. This is kind of my range. I'd be very careful in. Look at the price action when we got caught in here yesterday. Look how aggressive it was. So I would say if you can close back below, then you can get short. Because if this was a true fake out here, when you broke below, then broke back above, if this candle recloses back below, then you can say, okay, cool, that's a false fake out. You're probably just going to continue pushing down. So I would say wait for it to actually have a bit of a breakout. There's none center. That's why I don't think it's possible, man. There's no setup. It's not that technical. I don't think trading can be. It's sometimes you might get fake out plays, sometimes you might trade trailing liquidity, sometimes you may. It all works together. There's not really like these are the exact rules and every trade has to follow that. I wish trading was that easy, but it's unfortunately not. Even indicator defined liquidity, I don't even think would be possible, to be honest, man. It's the same plan every single time, but your entry confirmation will always be just dependent on what price is doing. That's why I think it'd be very, very hard to. It'd be amazing to do, but I honestly don't think it would be possible. I think it'd be very, very hard. Because there's not like there's not a, this is this 1 inch rule, this 1 inch rule. It's just reactive to whatever price is doing. So 30-minute kind of tagged the highs here, held the resistance, holding support, holding resistance. Lots of chop here on Goldie, unfortunately, today, guys. You know, 50 tick range isn't bad, but it's more so the range in terms of probability is very, very choppy. Could you point out examples of morning and evening star patterns on the chart? Definitely. I mean, you kind of had one here this morning. The reason I didn't buy this one is because the currency didn't grab lows, but here, you reject, come down, grab the lows, hold support, here. That right there. I didn't have these targets, I would have taken that one. We took one yesterday as well. We took this, you guys who were on the stream yesterday, where was the longs we took yesterday? We took these longs here yesterday. This was based off a hourly morning star here. Although it didn't close bullish, you know, you rejected, grabbed the lows. So we're buying this, anticipating it was going to be a morning star. And it was the same thing on the 15 as well. See here, look at this morning star play. Reject, grab the lows. So you're buying this 15-minute, risking off this low, anticipating this is going to push up. And then the evening star is just to the opposite side. and it's what gold loves to do a lot. Gold absolutely loves the morning and evening stars. I found a good chart of it yesterday. Let me see if I can show you. Where's a good example? Here's a good example. Here. So you close bullish, you come up, tag the highs, close doji, and then you get your short. This one's not right because that's a little bit of a gap. That's not how it would look. Yeah, more like that. That's kind of the same again. Yeah, that's nice. There you go. That's a nice one. You want to be you want to be spotting these in the higher time frame. You know, if you see this hourly close bearish, the next hourly grabs the lows and closes doji, then you're at a decent level of support. Then you want to be looking for that long, and that's what gold absolutely loves to do. We spotted these ones out yesterday. Look at this here. There's probably some I'm missing as well. That one that we had yesterday as well. These are probably the most picture perfect ones. So the way to trade them is, yeah, you know, if this is a decent level of support, you know, why would I buy this one? Because look at this, you're coming down, you're tagging lows, and you're at a decent level of support. So you don't want to be buying and selling every single morning and evening star you see. But the reason that I like these plays so much is because typically, you know, on the lower time frame, this is where people jump in longs, sit their stops down just below, and that middle candle is typically your liquidity grab. So you see, for instance, here, let me go on a bit of a higher time frame. Where's it gone? So for instance here, you know, this is where people try and jump in the longs, sit their stops down just below, and then try and get that play up, and that's that liquidity grab. So the middle candle is what I refer to as the liquidity grab. So you reject, hold the support, you come down, you liquidate the lows, wick all the way back up, and then you're buying this candle here, anticipating that this low is going to hold. Maybe you're trying to get this little bit of a pullback trade. 5 minute in gold as a flag. I don't trade flags on gold, but possibly, maybe. I don't think flags really work on gold the traditional way. If you're going to see a flag pattern on gold, it's typically going to do the complete opposite before it pushes. Like, if what is the flag when it? It's like if you're going to see something like this on gold, like, what's a flag when it does this? This is what I think is what a textbook would tell you a flag would do, but the reality is you'll probably do something like this before doing this, before then maybe doing that. I don't really trade them types of patterns. I don't think what's a textbook flag trading? I don't think it really works on gold. Yeah, this style. Yeah. Okay. Gold will never do that, unfortunately. If gold's gonna do something like that, it's gonna come down, it's gonna rip lows more before then having the push. So maybe, I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's not something I personally use. Again, I wouldn't really be focusing too much on the 5 minute. Look at this hourly range. We're holding resistance, we're holding support. We're very, very, very choppy. Don't take too much consideration of the 5. Let me see if I can. I used to see this good picture. There was like a picture of trading patterns textbook versus reality. I don't know if there is one. Yeah, this is kind of the way that I more so trade. This is the way that I more so trade. I look at things like this and I try and, you know, people see this, they try and short the breakout and then price goes long. You know, they see this flag, it tags highs and then it pushes down. That's how I trade gold. I saw a much better example of it one time, but this is kind of how everyone gets chopped in, you know, the patterns that just don't work anymore. They might have worked back in the day, but they just don't anymore. Same as the traditional, like I love a head and shoulders pattern on gold. But if I'm trading a head and shoulders, you know, I'm shorting here and I'm getting out down here because this is exactly what can happen. No, I used to have a better example of something. I can't remember. Maybe I saw it on social media one time, but yeah, it's much more manipulated than your traditional Let's go to fake out. Nah, it's not really. I can't remember where I saw it. But your typical trading patterns, maybe it works on some stocks or something, but like this, for example, if you've got this printed on your wall, I'm sorry, but you got to take it down. It doesn't work these days, unfortunately. I used to have stuff like this literally printed and stuck on my wall. Well, that's the reason I've wasted so much time with this. I wish it was that easy. Sometimes it might be, but realistically, it's unfortunately not anymore. I used to have trading patterns stuck out on my wall, and I used to look at them religiously. Yeah, the reality is way different now. Yeah, back in the day, well, it doesn't anymore. Yeah, literally, mate, yeah. Yeah, yeah, I've seen them, Paul. Yeah, I've seen them mouse mats. Maybe we'll make a mouse mat, but with the fake outs instead. We'll make a reality trading pattern mouse mat with all the fake outs and all the manipulation that gold really does have. That would be pretty funny. Zoom guys, give me 2 seconds. NQ, let's have a look before we do. Let's have a look. NQ just chopping. Same again. You know, this is the range that I would be very careful in. The reason I say be careful in this range is because look at the price action that was created. This is the New York session. Look at the price action that happens in here. NQ, wait for a closure above or below. To me, trading in this range, not only is it not worth risking my capital, it's also not worth risking draining my mental capital. So not only will you very likely lose money in here, you'll very likely also mentally drain yourself. Gold does have a potential 30-minute flip here, guys. I'm not, like I say, I'm not taking this 30-minute flip because I just don't like this range. But there is a little bit of a 15-minute liquidity grab and an instant top wick here. So you could be looking for a potential buy stop. You'd be risking off that low. I just don't really have any upside targets. So personally, I'm not going to take this one. So yeah, YouTube guys, I'll keep it short and sweet there today, guys. We've been on for about an hour and 15 minutes. The markets are looking very, very choppy, guys. So be careful. You know, we had an amazing trading day yesterday. We took about 60 ticks here in the London session. And I don't really see any need or desire to want to give it back. The reason I'm not buying gold is because I just don't like the higher time frame resistance. I like downside today, guys. I like price to come down and tag yesterday's lows. However, it is still very choppy. So stay reactive. Don't force it, guys. Let the markets come to you. Trade safe. And I'll see you guys same time again tomorrow. Don't blow your accounts. We got to be here to trade another day. I'll see you guys then. Trade safe. See you guys. Bye-bye.